All right, everyone, it's time for part 2 of the cribbage video. Part 1, I showed you how I poured them. Part 2, I'm going to show you how I finish them. First, I got to get them out of these molds. All right, so first we're going to do the lizard blanks mold. They come with wing nuts, and it should just be able to pop out. Okay, so I'm going to cut these off with a finishing saw or a little jigsaw here, but let's get it out first. I would put Vaseline as a mold release. There we go. Pops right off, perfect. Gonna get the wing nut that I dropped. There it is. Okay, so you can kind of see the Vaseline remnants on there, so it's gonna be a little oily. I could put gloves on, but I'm not gonna. If I can't just pull it out, we're going to use one of these to try to get it in there. There we go. Once you get it behind there, it comes up pretty easy. This is the second one I've done, and I don't want to say it's hard, because it's not hard to get out. You just got to be able to get your tools or whatever you want. Got to be careful, because there is a little edge on from the resin here, and people who've worked with resin know that edge can be a little sharp, but I'm okay. So there we go. There's one of them. Second one probably won't be as easy, but we'll get to it. I will clean this out a little bit because now it's got some Vaseline in it. All right, so this one is in like a plastic tray, so this one might be, it's not going to be as easy, but a little pressure on the back should get it out. Maybe. Okay, so we have both of them unmolded. Here's the one, and the one that was in the plastic container, well, had a little bit of an issue, but we're gonna try to salvage it. I'm gonna put some wood glue on it, clamp it, and give it a couple days to cure up. Should be okay, but we'll see what we can do. All right, I gotta saw these off right now. Okay, they're out. Sawed off these pieces. I got some saw marks here, but those will get sanded out, so I'm not worried about that. Sanded that one off, and like I said, this one I'm gonna have to clamp with wood glue. Sad. We will get it good to go though. You won't even know. All right, check you when we're sanding. Okay, now that it's all been sanded and drilled, this is the 60-inch board. The other one I made in this video is the 120 hole board, or 60 peg board, excuse me, not inch. So what I'm going to show you now is how I ultimately finish them. So what I also did was drilled a hole right here, 3/8 inch hole for the pegs to go in. Now they do get jammed in there just a little bit, but that's okay. So let me get some rubber gloves. Better. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is put some alcohol, rubbing alcohol to clean it up, to get rid of all the fingerprints and stuff that are on your dirt, dust, anything that could be on here. And then we're gonna polish it with this here, this Novus. It's a fine scratch remover, but it does a good job polishing. I should say also on this one too, I put an extra layer of resin, like a flood coat on top of with some Upstart art resin, to give it that really clear, translucent look. Make sure you get it all in there. Now buff with the dry, clean cloth. All right, there you go. Nice and buffed and clean. Woof. All right, let's go and talk about both of these. All right, so let's talk boards. As you can see, 2 boards done this weekend. 60 hole, looks really nice. And we also have this full-size 120 hole board. This one actually came out pretty perfect as I've gotten pretty close to. I made another board this size. That one was flawless. This one, a couple things I would do different. Maybe use clamps instead. You probably can't see it, but I used some glue, and the glue released while I was pouring. So you can see some of the glue trails in the back. What I did was I used my routing tool to route it out, and then I used some art resin to fill it. But that kind of left behind, looks like snake trails or worm trails, whatever. And how I finished the boards, polished this one. You just saw me polish the small one. I did it the same way after I sanded it, polished it, cleaned it with some alcohol, polished it. It's got the 3/8 screw plug for the hole for the pegs. And then this one, as you saw in the demolding process, this one was the one that gave me some trouble. I used a cheap plastic tray, storage tray, because I didn't have a mold to put it in. And what had happened when I was trying to get it out, this piece up here broke along the grain of the wood and snapped off completely. You can see the crack in the back. It's right here. And it goes all the way across. You can kind of see it on the sides, and this one as well. My 16-year-old's getting this one, but it's not my favorite one because of that. But I flood coated this, and it looks great. I polished this as well, cleaned it with some alcohol. Now the difference between a flood coat, which is, look how clear that is, versus no flood coat. You can still see through it, still looks great, but it's definitely not as translucent as that. I mean, that's just, you can see the reflection of the screen on there from the camera. That's just amazing. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, it's not perfect. I'm not perfect. Your boards won't be perfect either. You're always going to find something wrong with them. I've done 3 so far like this, and I can find little things that I've done wrong, but that's fine. It's not a big deal. They're handmade. They're supposed to be unique. So have fun making boards. I'm having a blast making boards. I've got 5 more to do. This is great. I didn't think I was going to like doing this as much as I do, but if I could keep making these, that would be awesome. So have fun making boards. Hopefully you found this video, part 2, useful, I guess. I'm going to be making more videos, straight videos of pouring and finishing, so there won't be a part 1 and a part 2 for every one I do. But I just wanted to kind of tell you how I do things. You take information from me, make it your own, do it the same way. Just have fun doing it. Like I said, I'm having a blast.